This is an excerpt from my essay, which is featured in the journal. It's called The Psychology of Concealed Carry. In the essay, I explore patterns of thought that I seem to succumb to when I conceal carry my pistol for day-to-day activities. So, maybe I've become more self-aware in my late 20s, but I've observed certain trends in my thinking, certain personality changes that occur when I conceal carry versus when I don't. When I carry, not only am I more anticipatory / borderline welcoming of danger, I'm much more keener to interact in an imposing manner about trivialities. I'm more liable to assert myself to self-remedy minor injustices. For instance, armed, the light goes green, the car ahead of me is texting. Move it! Unarmed. Maybe I'll give it a moment or two. There he goes. Armed. Hey, buddy, there's a line here, can't you see? Unarmed. He looks like he's in a hurry. I got here early. I can wait. Armed. That guy, he better pick up his dog's poo. Unarmed. Well, no one really walks in that part of the grass anyway. One might make the argument that the comfort the pistol provides is actually allowing me to be a truer, more honest self, freeing me to express how irritated I feel about these mostly negligent human peeves. It's a boldness that comes from knowing that if this situation escalates to the worst possible outcome, I can ante up. In a perfect world, there would be an equivalence between patience and assertiveness, without this ambiguous fear of violent reaction from a hypothetical tough guy who perceives disrespect to his street cred when asked politely by me that he not drive so fast through my neighborhood. But where I feel the need to stop and ruminate on my American gun complex is when my probably benign assertiveness combines with my probably benign heroic fantasies. I cease living in the mundane realities of day-to-day life. Life with my gun becomes an exciting adventure, one where I'm not only prepared for danger, I'm looking forward to it. Taking the wife shopping becomes an executive protection detail, minus the squiggly earpiece. Selling something on Craigslist becomes a secret spy trade deal. Just puttering around town, I become a self-deputized patrolman, constantly on the lookout for any incident where I and my gun might be of assistance. Now, as fun as this all sounds, I have to ask myself, am I going to get what my masculinity seems to crave? Am I going to end up in a gun-related incident? Probably of my own Maslowian myopia. Now, throughout all this, I've been reflecting on an observable dichotomy of personal morals. Edmund Burke's evil triumphs when good men do nothing, paired off against beloved Uncle Ben's when great power comes great responsibility. Now, I don't think I could ever not be a reasonable Second Amendment guy, but could I somehow strike a balance between what I've noticed within myself? Could the world? Could the cops and the protectors, even the tough guys and gangbangers, come to a mutual understanding and reverence of firearms? Something that transcends legislature. As corny as it sounds, could a karate philosophy change our thinking on guns? You all know what I mean. To take on martial arts instruction, you typically need to enter a dojo free from selfish, grandiose desires and rid yourself of fantastical thoughts and delusions of empowerment. Learn the knowledge with humility and continue to walk, to live in that same humbleness. To know and believe that your skills are only to be used as an absolutely necessary and completely unavoidable last resort. After first applying unfailing human courtesy, and after even making attempts to de-escalate, evade, or escape the scenario entirely, only then may the practitioner proceed with karate self-defense. It's holding yourself and your capabilities to the highest possible standard for the betterment of humankind. I think it's capable of being more innate than American society would have us believe. I always hear of this epochal point in criminal history when the rival gangs would duke it out with bare fists, maybe the odd length of chain or baseball bat involved. But now, they tell me, all that old school criminal self-respect is out the door, escalated into sheer paranoid survival. For the good guys and the bad guys, guns are a literal way of life. And I'm left wondering, with a bit of empathy, humility, and a firm psychological grasp of how guns morph our thinking, would they still need to be so integral, even in Second Amendment America? Thank you very much.